Hi everyone, welcome to Chess Analysis channel. In this video, we are going to see about the concept of mind squares in chess and games. Mind squares are nothing but when you step on the square with your king or any of your pieces, you are completely lost in your game. For example, in this position, for white, the mind square is f6, whereas for black, the mind square is d5. If it is white to move, if you are greedy enough to grab the pawn on e6 and if you rush by playing king to f6, as I have mentioned earlier, it's a mind square, then you are completely lost in this position. Let me show you how. Black plays this beautiful move king to d5. Now white is under zugzwang. White is forced to move away from the defense of his pawn on e5. So white should either play king g5 or whatever the move be. Black is completely winning in this position. King g4, king e4, and this pawn is running slowly but surely. And if you are black in this position, if you play king d5, again rushing to capture the pawn on e5, now black is completely lost because white plays the move king to f6. Again black is in now zugzwang, he can't protect the pawn on e6, he should move either way and white is collecting this pawn and this position is completely winning for white. In order to win this position as white, we should not play king to f6 because that square is mined. So white should play king to g6. The idea behind this move is to attack the pawn on e6 not from f6 square whereas from f7 square. So here black is forced to make a decision. If black plays king d7, white plays king f7 gaining the opposition and the pawn on e6 is now falling. So black's only hope is by playing king to c5. Black is also trying to attack the pawn on e5 by playing king to d4. Here white plays king f7 and the pawn on e6 is now under attack. Black's only way to protect the pawn is by playing king to d5 and white plays this move king to f6 and black is forced to move away from the protection of pawn and this position is completely winning for white. Let's look at another example. In this position, the mind squares are e3 and f5. If white plays king e3, black plays king f5 and white is forced to move away from the defense of the pawn on f4. If black plays king f5 in this position, white can play king e3 and the pawn on e4 is now falling and this position is winning for white. So here in this position, white should play the move king to e2, not stepping into the mind square on e3. Here black plays the move king to f6, again ignoring the square. White plays king f2, black plays king e6, king e2 and it's a draw due to repetition. Let's look at one more position. In this position, it is white to play and win. Feel free to pause the video and try to find the answer. To those of you who thought that the answer is king to b5, it's a dead draw due to the fact that black has this cunning move pawn to e5. Here, if you try proceeding to attack the pawn on e5 by king to c5, black plays king e7, white plays king d5 and here black plays the move king to d7 and here applies the opposition principle. If you don't know about an opposition, please do check out my previous video by clicking the I button above. This is complete draw due to the fact that plays king e5, black plays king e7, king d5, king d7, king e5, king e7, king f5, king f7 and white can't proceed further to promote this pawn. Here the winning move for white is pawn to e5. Now black is in trouble. Black's Black has two tries. Black can either try king e7, king d7 to stop the white king from entering via b5 and c6. Instead, black can try king g7, king h6, king g5, king f5 to attack the pawn on e5, but it's too long. Let's say black plays king g7, white plays king b5, king g6, king c6. Again, here applies the mind squares concept. If black plays king f5, white can play king d6, and this position is winning for white. So here black plays king g5. Here white plays king to d7. So now black is forced to play king f5 and white plays king d6, and the pawn on e6 is now falling. If black tries king e7 here, white plays king b5, king d7. Here don't rush by playing king to c5 because black has the saving move king to c7 and this position is a draw. So here we should play king to b6, and now black king is forced to either move to c8 or d8 or e8 or e7. If king to c8, king c6 and the pawn on e6 is now falling. If king d8, no problem, we play king c6, king c8, king d6, king d8 and the pawn on e6 is again now falling. If black tries king e7, white plays king c7 and again the pawn on e6 is now falling. If black plays king e8, white plays king c6, king e7, king c7 and this position is completely winning for white. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you want to see more educational chess videos like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching.